is an antiviral drug that is undergoing clinical trials as a potential COVID-19 treatment. Singapore is taking part in the global Phase 3 trial to see if the drug is effective in treating patients.
And the participants include Singapore's National Centre for Infectious Diseases, together with the National University Hospital and Singapore General Hospital. Recruitment of patients for the trial started in mid-February. Japan's National Centre for Global Health and Medicine and the U.S. National Institutes of Health are partners in the trial. Now, for a closer look, we're joined by Associate Professor David Lai from the Infectious Disease Research and Training Office at NCID. Thank you very much, Professor Lai, for joining us. So let's look at this remdesivir drug. It's new. It's actually used for treating Ebola. So tell us more about this drug and this test.
So it is not exactly new, as you know. It was developed for Ebola. It was trialed about 4 or 5 years ago, and it failed as an Ebola drug. And because of the ongoing Middle East coronavirus, it was actually tested in the laboratory and in animal models, and was found to be actually very effective. In fact, it was the most effective drug in the laboratory and in the mouse model. So when the COVID-19 hit us, we were looking around for what clinical trials we can run, and like most other experts, this is the drug that we felt is the most promising. So how it works is essentially by inhibiting how the virus replicates. So you really got to give it when there's still the virus in your body. And however, it was actually very difficult to get onto this drug, and there's a reason for that. At the start of the epidemic, when we were first hit with COVID-19, the outbreak was mainly in China. And this drug was not and is not in commercial production. So the company basically provided China with most of the drugs, and it was very difficult to get onto it. We're very lucky. We have the Marsden Foundation, we have Economic Development Board helping us get in touch with Gilead, the company that makes it, and we're able to get on the trials. So at this stage, and we were quite lucky because, of course, at the start of the epidemic, there weren't that many sick patients. But as we know now, as we pass 1,000 mark, we have more and more people getting sicker in intensive care, and this drug has so far been tested in 21 patients who were sick enough to be in intensive care in Singapore.
Yeah, Professor Lai, how many patients are you actually targeting to recruit in Singapore and altogether internationally?
So this particular drug is tested in 2 trials internationally, a moderate trial for 600 patients and a severe trial for 400 patients. In fact, as of about last week, the severe trial completed recruitment worldwide. We're able to get extension for access to these drugs for our patients. So far, we have recruited 21 patients in the severe arm. We were allowed initially 25, but we're now extended to 69. So I'm very delighted. I just got the news 2 days ago that we can continue to get access to this drug for our sick patients in Singapore with COVID-19.
Now, we know that these trials have not been going on for very long, but can you share some of the preliminary observations so far?
Now, the final results are not out yet, but I've asked my colleagues who are helping this trial in Singapore General, in National Hospital, as well as in National Centre for ID. Because the Gilead trial is actually open label, that means the doctors know which arm the patient is allocated to. Most of my colleagues felt that the drug seems to work very well. The patients improve very quickly. Those who were on oxygen also got off oxygen quite quickly. But I have a caution about this observation, because in the randomized control trial, you only know the final result when all the data are analyzed, and that is the time we'll know the answer. We probably will know the answer in about slightly more than a month. That's my estimate.
Okay, well, keep up the good work. Thanks for speaking to us this evening. Associate Professor David Lai, Senior Consultant and Director at the Infectious Disease Research and Training Office at NCID.